Yo, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Street Coder Nate, and you're going through my modern web or modern computer explanation right now. And so today, what we're gonna talk about is waking a computer. What happens when you turn on your computer? What happens when you press the power button and then it like does all this loading stuff, and then the Apple screen come on, or window or Livono window screen come on, all of that. Like, what really happened? HP screen, Dell screen, all that. What is happening in the background, huh? Well, this is this is the point of this video, and so we're going to tap into it. Let's get into it. So this is my schematic of a computer. Again, remember I told you this is what I think of when I think of a computer. This is what I see when I see a computer. All it simply is for real. This is the part that I really see right here. Like, that's the part that I really see. I hate when my iPad does that, but that's the part that I really see right here. And let me move myself just a little bit, make myself transparent. And you see, you got the USB ports, you got the display port, the CPU. And we also, the whole overall thing is the motherboard that everything's connected to. You got a Wi-Fi card, our hard drive, and our SSD. Remember, we already discussed this in a previous video. And if you ain't seen it yet, go check it out. It's a real dope video for real. And all right, so what we're going to talk about today is what really happened when we press that button. Well, in order to understand what's happening in a computer, you got to go back and understand what's happening with us. What happens when we wake the fuck up, right? So like this morning, I woke up and I started thinking about certain things. And then I forced myself to get out of bed, and then I used the bathroom, I brushed my teeth, washed my face, and I hopped over here and I got some water, and then I was like, hey, it's time to make videos. I have a set of actions that I did or that I do on a normal basis. I call it my morning routine. This is just like a set of procedures, a set of commands, a set of actions that I'm following every single morning that I wake up to start my body up. But those are more like conscious ones. There are also like some subconscious things that are happening that I don't even know that's happening, right? Like my metabolism is starting when I start drinking water. I start blinking. My brain starts to process. It starts to, actually is moving from delta waves and theta waves, and it's starting to move towards more beta processing or beta waves, and start processing the different things around me, and I become more into three-dimensional reality, right? My awareness becomes more around here. My eyes start to dilate. All of these things are happening in the background that I'm not really controlling, but it's really helping my system start up and get ready for the day. You feel me? And so that's a set of programs, a set of commands, right? And I don't really control those set of programs or commands. They just happen naturally whenever I wake up. Now, there are some other commands that I do control. Like I could look at my phone, I could go to the bathroom, all of that stuff. Like those are some also those commands that I also perform. But those are more conscious. I'm trying to get us to thinking about those subconscious ones, because someone put those subconscious ones in us, just as we're going to put the actions into a computer. Let me explain. So when we press the power button and we turn the computer on, what's really happening is we got the battery. Let me get you. We got the battery right here, and we pretty much just telling we're initiating energy. We like, whew, we press that power button. We like start surging energy into this into this system. Like, surge all this energy into the system. Now that we got this energy surging into the system, where does that energy first go? Well, that energy first flows. I hate when it does that. Stop doing that. That energy first flows, like I said, from the negative. So it's first flowing straight to the CPU. And in the CPU, it's probably going straight to this place where there's this thing called the BIOS. So I'm pressing the power button on, this energy gets flown into my system, and that energy is going straight to my brain. And in my brain is my first, in the brain, it goes to this place where it gets this instruction to start setting things up. So it's going straight to the brain, to to the set of instructions that's inside the brain, and then it's just running those instructions real quick. And what those instructions are doing is setting up the computer. It's saying, hey, start up that Wi-Fi card, make sure it connects to the network. Hey, check the USB ports. Are we connected to anything? We got an external we got an external monitor. Do we have an external mouse or anything? Keyboard. It's doing all those things. It's like, check the RAM. Is we good with the RAM? Is the RAM good? Is the hard drive good? Is everything on the system? Is all our internals is good? You know, when you wake up in the morning, your brain kind of doing that for you. Like, all my internals good. Like, my kidneys good. You know, you wake up and do you got any kidney pain? Do you have a heartache? Do you know, when you wake up, you 9 times out of 10 you feeling good, right? And so, so basically you just start up normally like a computer. 9 times out of 10 is good. It's just gonna start up normally. It's just gonna check. It's gonna run them checks, and it's gonna start the flow all over the place. It's gonna put energy in the right areas that it needs to put it, and then it's just gonna, all right, ran my checks, set up the system, then the energy comes back around, yada yada, whoop, boot, or my bad, go back to the positive, and then comes back down, and it comes back around, and then starts doing more. So then it's like, okay, well, you set up all of that stuff. Well, now let's put something on the screen, like let's put something on the screen to show them that, you know, you've been up. So that's my version of an Apple right now. And so we show the Apple logo right here as everything else is like loading on in the background. We just show the user like, yo, the computer is loading right now, like, and what is loading now? Now you know that loading is more so the CPU is processing instructions and setting things up in the background so that you can have you a good time when you're using that system. Just like your body loads all that information, loads all that, it just sets you up in the morning so that you can have you a good, so that you can use this body to have a good, so that you can use the system to have a good time through life, right? And so that's just what's happening in the CPU. It's happening in the cars too. When we turn our cars on, like, all those systems are starting up and making sure that they're good. And then the dashboard is going to tell you which lights aren't on the dashboard. The lights are going to show you which part of those physical hardwares are really messing up, you feel me? Or if any are messing up. And so that's really what happens when we wake up, right? And so that is what I was referring to about wake. Like, what happens when the CPU or when a computer wakes up, when the computer turns on, when a human turns on, what happens? And here you've seen that there's just some programs that are running, and those programs in the BIOS, those programs are created by us. We, as humans, we write those programs and we store it into the CPU. We store those programs into the CPU, and then we tell the computer that upon pressing the power button, always run these set of commands. Then we could say, after you run these set of commands, then, you know, show them the log on screen. Knowing that you showed them the log on screen, cool. Run a couple more set of commands. They're logging on to this user. All right, let me load the information for this user. Let me load the permissions and all of that information. And then it shows you your desktop right there where you then can interact with your computer. All these things are going on in the background. Every single step of the way, there was somebody programming that step. They said, you have to do this to load this. You have to, in order to load this log on screen, I need you to bring that data from here. I need you to bring this from here. I need you to bring those visuals from here. I need you to put it on the screen. I need you to take in all of the keystrokes. When the keystroke is like pressing a letter down, I need you to take in all of those letters that they're putting in the input field. I need you to grab those letters and then check it against the password that we have saved on file for the, to see if this person is able to log in. All of this stuff is happening on your system, and it's because someone wrote the code for that to happen. Once again, this stuff happens for us as well, but we don't really know that. Like, we have all these systems set up, we have permissions set up, different data that we are allowing our friends to know versus data that we don't allow strangers to know. You know, we got all those permissions set up naturally. We don't even know that we're doing this. Like, we're being programmed. But I'm gonna leave you at that. Once again, this was just talking about My bad. This was just talking about waking your computer, waking your system, waking your body. What happens when we do that? So if you really fucked with the video and you like the content, you like how I'm connecting it back to humans, drop me a like, a subscription, share my videos, man. This is going these videos gonna really go far. Like they gonna really help you understand you. Bill Gates said computer science helps you think. Like it teaches you how to think. No. Yes, it teaches you how to think, but it teaches you how we think as well. How we store information, how we wake up, how we do all of this, and how. But then it should also point back to we're programs. Someone wrote these codes for us. Who wrote this code for us? The creator. Who is the creator? He created all of us. And he's the best programmer out here. He's the programmer. He's the ultimate programmer. And so whenever I'm trying to be as good as the best programmer, I'm looking up to him to try to be as good as him. And honestly, all humans who are programming are doing exactly that. That's why we program and create inventions. So in our next video, we're going to tap into some more human computer interactions in our modern computer series. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.